Hey everybody, this is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective, and this is episode number 31. I reached the milestone of number 30 last week, and so I'm just going to keep on going, and you guys keep watching the podcast. I really appreciate it. Like I always say when I do my podcast, this podcast is not about me, it's about my guests. So please tune in. I always have an agent and a vendor. If you are an agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Bend County area and you'd like to be on the podcast, give me a call, send me an email, 832-654-0527 or kevin.davidson@stewart.com. And of course, I have to also thank my support staff with whom I couldn't do this if it wasn't for them. That includes Jennifer Smitis, the area vice president, Caitlin Korner, Caitlin Kornick, sorry, Caitlin, Devaney Devon, escrow officers here in Sugar Land, and Wendy Santana and Adriana Alzate in Richmond. So in saying that, let's get episode number 31 of Kevin's Corner going. If you don't know, you are going to meet this distinguished gentleman that's sitting next to me that is dressed better than me, by the way. And next time you come on the podcast, it's my show, so don't do that.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, I can go and just cut it right now. Just move this tie right now if we need to.
So this is Curtis Jones. He is with the Jones Group, and he is a really quickly up-and-coming real estate agent in the Fort Bend County area. Say hi, everybody, Curtis.
Hey, everyone. How you doing today?
So a little backstory how I met Curtis. He and his wife are the Jones Group, and her name's Jemila.
Uh-huh.
And I met him because he attended, you and your wife attended one of my CE classes.
Right.
And he, let's just say he liked to participate.
Yeah.
So he had a lot of input, which was all good input, but he had a lot of input. And I actually decided after that first class that he came to two. But after the first class, I wanted to get to know him better, and I wanted to work with you. So I called you, and out of the blue, and we went to dinner.
Yeah.
And so now we're friends.
Absolutely.
And 2024, we're going to do some business together.
A lot of business. Yes,
and
a lot of business.
So I invited him to be on the podcast. So why don't you tell a little bit about who you are, what you do, as far as real estate goes.
Well, of course, like I said, my name is Curtis Jones, and I'm originally from Jackson, Mississippi. Moved out here to the Houston, Texas area back in 2020, right before COVID shut everything down. Before they shut the whole world down, we decided we wanted to pack up and move, and we moved out in February, and around March 1st, whatever, the whole world said, hey, we're shut down. So I was in the house by myself with a toddler, a pregnant wife, and COVID in the air everywhere. So it was a beautiful 2020, but of course, I've been in real estate for 2 years, of course.
Okay.
I'm being licensed here, and I love it. I love what I do because I'm able to actually help families achieve that American dream that they all wish for. I'm able to help you believe that you can just take what you wrote on your vision board and making it plain, and I just love to help people, and that's just me. Ever since I was in the Marine Corps, I joined the military because
You were in the military?
Yes,
Thank you for your service.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Yes, indeed.
Sebastian,
Mm-hmm.
let him see that shirt back behind you. You're sitting on that shirt. Red Friday. It's for the military.
Yes, indeed.
All right,
I'm telling you. So, I love the Corps, and I love just helping people and just seeing people smile. Sometimes even seeing them cry at that closing table for them not to even believe that this dream was actually possible to be made. So, and for me to play a part in it.
So if you were in the military, were you doing anything after the military before you became real estate, or did you go straight into real estate?
Oh, no. I bounced around. I literally bounced around. I went from everywhere from TSA, working at TSA,
Really?
checking people's bags, patting them down at the airport,
Wow.
But I still made fun out of that too. I love TSA. It was one of the best jobs I ever had. Don't get me wrong. And then I left TSA and I went and worked for Mississippi Department of Corrections, where I was a fire and safety director there. So and then I left Mississippi Department of Corrections, of course, and I started my venture in entrepreneurship to where I used to work for an insurance company as well. I'm an insurance agent for a little bit over 10 years now.
Okay.
So, and that right there is where I found my niche, where I really, really love to help people.
Yeah.
Yep.
And your wife is also an agent, and she's part of the team, right? The Jones Group.
Absolutely. She's actually one of the most essential parts of the team,
They're kind of the essential parts of everything.
Of everything. Yes, indeed. They keep us all squared.
Happy wife, happy life.
I promise you. I love it. And as long as she's smiling, I can stay smiling, and the kids can stay smiling.
Right.
But
so tell everybody what you've been an agent for 2 years. So and you said you loved it and everything. What is it about the real estate industry that you like?
Well, me being a veteran, I believe that the veteran community has been one of the areas that have been underserved when it comes down to real estate. And I say that by ways because a lot of agents have taken advantage of them because they see that VA tag on them, and they don't look at the veteran as a person. They look at them as a number or a closing. Right. So I wanted to kind of curve that. And, with me being a veteran, I want to help my fellow veterans out. And so my niche and my desire is like just to put veterans in every house. I want to put a veteran in, basically, and that's where I feel that I'm more impactful on this real estate journey.
Do you specialize in working with veterans?
Yes, I do. I am a military relocation professional as well.
There you go.
And I'm also a member of the Veteran Associates of Real Estate Professionals as well. So
hear that, guys? So if you're a veteran out there and you're having a hard time with the agent you're working with, or you just don't know where to start trying to find a house, he used to be one of you. So yes, he can definitely help you out and get you where you need to go. Are you a buyer's agent, seller's agent, little both, or which one do you want to be?
I'm a people's agent.
Hey, that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
I'm a people's agent, but because I just want to help individuals out. But of course, I've learned in my 2 years, and of course, learned talking with you as well, that that it's not good always just to formulate yourself just to one particular brand of customers.
A persona.
Of a buyer agent, because I'm missing out on the whole piece of the pie.
Right.
So I do look to do listings as a whole lot more than I do look working with buyers. But and I'm also looking to try to tap into the commercial side as well.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Because we were talking about this earlier. We know that at least renters turn into buyers.
Yes.
And sellers turn into
buyers.
So if you're just working with buyers, you're missing out on two other aspects of the industry.
Absolutely.
And then if you ever are so inclined, start working with the real estate investors, and that's a whole different world.
Yes.
So I'm sure you'd help anybody buy a house or sell a house or rent a house anywhere in the Houston area, but where do you specialize in? What area of town are you really, everything there is to know about?
We're looking right now, I would say the Richmond-Katy area. Richmond-Katy, Fulshire area, that big circle there. Okay. Yes, because we live in this particular area. But as I was talking to the gentleman, of course, I think he said it's the Southwest. It's the Southwest portion of Houston.
Well, he drove in here from Austin, so
really
he's got a completely different view on things.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Our next guest lives in Austin.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's a heck of a drive.
But he operates all over, so he's no problem.
The Southwest area, I guess you could say Richmond, Sugarland, Pearland area. Yep.
Okay. Really? Pearland too?
Yeah, we go to it. We actually have clients in Dallas. So
okay. Well, I was born in Dallas.
Really?
So, yeah, Farmers Branch.
Oh, you got to show me around some areas.
Yeah, I'm
up there.
telling you, man. I got friends in Midlothian and Farmers Branch and all north of there and everything. So
yes, indeed.
So let's talk a little about this podcast is called Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. So what are some of the things? You've been an agent for 2 years. How long has your wife been an agent?
She's been an agent for a little over 6. So
wow. Okay.
Yes, indeed. Yep.
We need to get her on the podcast.
I know, right? Yeah. I told her she's the brains, everything like that. I'm just the muscle. I just move it around.
So how do you been getting your leads? I mean, you're not a typical 2-year agent that's basically just now getting out of their first couple of deals, man. You've been doing 8 or 10, 12 deals a year for 2 years, right?
Absolutely.
So where are you getting your leads from?
So social media has been a very profitable referral basis for us. We try to keep our algorithm up on Instagram. We post everything we do with our clients, whether it's a closing. We turn it into a big celebration for our clients, and that attracts other individuals because they want to have fun while they're going through the process. Yep. So social media has been probably about 80% of our business.
And so what social media platforms are you on?
So we're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We also utilize TikTok as well. And then now we have put the Google review.
Google My Business.
Yeah, Google My Business into play as well. And we actually have had one referral off of that already.
He's telling you guys everything I teach you. It's working. Look.
Yes.
That's awesome, man. So, and I mean that when I say that because everything that you're doing is part of what I teach agents to help them start getting there.
Absolutely.
But what you said is that you have to be consistent, and what you said is you post everything.
Everything.
Agents ask me all the time, how often should I post and what should I post?
Right.
You post to social media 3 times a day,
Mm-hmm.
and you post anything and everything that has to do with your business.
Everything, yes.
And it can be going to HAR to get signs, going to lunch with your wife to talk about a contract, to getting a contract, to taking a picture with a client, anything and everything in between.
Absolutely.
And it boggles my mind that agents, they overthink everything, and they're like, it's got to be perfect, and it's got to be this, and it's got to be that. No, it's got to be you.
Absolutely.
It's got to be you. Don't be afraid to be you on the camera or on social media.
You're right. And honestly, what you're saying that there about the being perfect with the post, I was a victim of that. You know, I felt like my voice didn't sound right when I was doing my videos. I felt like my posture wasn't right and whatnot. And I just said, you know what, just post it. You know, and just post it and just get the activity going. And before you know it, your activity starts growing and people start inboxing you about the information. Because, you know, it's not always about the way how you look. It's sometimes about the information that you actually put out there.
Which is exactly true, because one of the things I require agents to do when I'm helping them with their marketing is most agents come to me and they're already on Instagram or TikTok, and they're already doing the funny videos or the videos of the properties.
Right.
But the piece of the puzzle you're missing is you're not doing the videos that are educational, that illustrates you as the expert.
Right.
Not doing the funny video, not doing the video at the house. People want to know if you can help them with their pain points.
Mm-hmm.
So a 2-minute, less than 2-minute educational video on the difference between being pre-approved and pre-qualified goes a long way.
Absolutely.
And when you have 50 or 60 pain points and you do 50 or 60 videos about different topics and you post them everywhere, now when people find you online, guess what? I'm calling that guy.
That's
I haven't
the
met
duty
him
expert.
yet, but he sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
He definitely sounds like it, just a little bit, you know.
That's the key, though.
Right.
You're trying to get people to realize that you're the expert and you are who they need to hire.
Absolutely.
So what are some of the things that you're not doing marketing-wise that you would like to start doing for next year?
I believe that, you know, keeping it old school. You know, I've talked to a lot of seasoned agents, and, you know, I've been in for 2 years, so I want to see what kept them in the business so long. And some of the things that they do farming.
Back to the basics.
Yep. Yes. I mean, like door knocking, you know, door hanging, mailing, doing mailers and everything. Those are things that I actually was going to try to steer away from. But now I do see and I still hear that those things actually still work. So now that's something that we're definitely looking to implement in 2024.
So if you had Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Google My Business, YouTube for your videos,
Yes.
farming, networking, and that's 6 things I just mentioned right there.
Right.
And you added 2 or 3 more, and every month you were getting 1 or 2 leads from each one of these.
Wow.
That turned into 1 contract.
Wow.
That's 5 or 6 deals a month.
Come on now. Yes, that's
But
freedom.
agents don't realize that. They don't understand that.
Right.
They think that I got a real estate license. Now I'm waiting for the phone to ring.
Right.
You have to go make the phone ring.
You got to. You can. This is not a lazy game.
You got to get out there and you got to do the work.
You got to.
So I'm excited to hear that, because everything you talked about, I can help you with.
Absolutely.
And I think I've already helped you with the farming part. Right?
Absolutely. I got that list and it's getting ready to go out.
It's going ready to go out. So Curtis is a perfect example of, and I have agents on this podcast every week, but Curtis is a perfect example of an agent that is actually doing the things that will make him successful and prepare him in the future. It is not an immediate ROI. There's nothing that you can do marketing usually, unless you're lucky, that you do it today and tomorrow the light switch goes off and now you're getting a bunch of leads.
Right.
This is a consistent over time thing. You build your brand, you build your following, you figure out what your niche is,
Right.
and then you start capitalizing on it with your service. And the next thing you know, 6 months, a year, 2 years from now, you're just like, I can't believe this worked.
Right. I promise you. You know, and you know, the Google, like when you said about the Google My Business page, that was, I have no idea where that came from. I was just literally just checking my messages. Someone told me to give them a call. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I talked with them, and we're literally working on trying to see where we can get them prepared to go buy them a commercial property at that. So that was amazing. So
I know he knows this, but I think I probably told you, or maybe not. I have a second job on the weekend, and it's with a chrome plating shop.
Ah, that's right. Okay, I remember.
And I'm responsible for their social media, which includes Google My Business.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that I get at least 3 leads a week from Google My Business?
It's 12 a month.
And I communicate with them just right here from my phone.
Wow.
And if one of those leads a week turns into a job, you do the math on that, that helps the shop.
It does.
Agents can do the same thing.
Right.
Sebastian can do the same thing.
Absolutely.
And how much does Google My Business cost?
If I'm not mistaken, it was free $99. If I'm not mistaken.
Free $99.
Yep.
Matter of fact, they might be having a sale of free $0.99.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's free. Just set it up, and you only have
That's
to post on it twice a week.
Yes.
But it replaced the Yellow Pages.
Yes.
We're old enough to remember the Yellow Pages.
Oh yeah.
So it's a free online listing for your business.
Right.
So guys, if you're watching this and you're an agent, listen to this man's advice. Listen to what he's doing, because he's only been an agent for 2 years.
Yes.
And he's doing all the things, not all the things, but a lot of things that I teach and I preach, and he's having success with it. So
Absolutely.
if he can, you can too.
Absolutely.
Curtis, is there, before we wrap this up, tell everybody in the audience something about the Jones Group that they should know if they decide to reach out to you to hire you for real estate.
Absolutely. So when you reach out to the Jones Group, what you're going to get quality at its best. You know, we strive with luxury. We're making luxury and excellence meet together. Not only do you get one realtor, but you also get another realtor as well right behind. It's going to be in assistance with any of your purchases at all. You're going to have knowledge from all grounds, from all aspects, from whether it's financial, whether it's crunching numbers, whatever it is that you have an issue with, we have everything that you need to resolve your issue and to get you inside of your home. So contact the Jones Group, where luxury meets excellence.
Awesome. I like that slogan too. Man, you're making me look good. What's the phone number?
Phone number is 346-347-5407. You can also reach me on social media platforms on Instagram and Facebook at that's ITS Curtis Jones. And then you can also follow our business page, the Jones Group _ on Instagram, and the Jones Group Real Estate on Facebook.
And they can also find you on Google My Business.
And you can Google, matter of fact, you can Google my name, Curtis Jones, the realtor.
Awesome. Give them the phone number one more time.
And that phone number is 346-347-5407.
Awesome. Thanks for being on the podcast today, man. This was
me,
awesome.
Thanks, man.
You were a little nervous, weren't you?
Just a little
bit.
Just a little bit, you know. So,
bad,
see, I didn't want to move the wrong way, and, I was kind of.
You know what's going to happen? I'm going to get a phone call from him next week. You know what he's going to do? Hey, buddy. When can I be on the podcast again?
Hey, let's make it a regular weekly thing. Let's do it.
Yeah. So, you guys, if you need a good real estate agent that you want to bounce some marketing things off of, yes. Curtis is a good idea. Good guy for that. And if you need a real estate agent, period, in the Houston area, specifically in the Fort Bend County area, Curtis and the Jones Group, give him a call. We're going to take a quick break. And we're going to come back with guest number 2 for episode 31 of Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. We'll be right back, guys.
All right.
Hey, guys. We're back. This is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. This is segment number 2 of episode number 31. And this gentleman next to me, a lot of you guys may not know him because he doesn't live in the Houston area, but he does operate in the Houston area. And we have kind of a history. We've known each other for a while.
Just a few years.
And we both used to basically work for the same bosses as well. So this is Sebastian Gomez. He is with Swift Edge Landscaping. We got to know each other because you were referred to me for marketing help.
Yes.
A
few years ago, almost 5 years now, I've been seeking your advice for marketing.
Yeah. So real quick before we get into that, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Yeah. So I'm Sebastian Gomez. I am the founder of Swift Edge LLC. We cater to the real estate community, basically offer everything landscape, getting properties ready for the market and managing them while they're on the market.
Awesome. So if you're a real estate agent, you need this guy. So when I got a phone call from, I think it was Pete.
Yep.
Hey, Pete Newbig, how you doing?
What's going on, Pete?
And he basically said, if I send somebody over to see you for marketing help, that's not, he's a vendor, but he's not an agent. Would you help him? And so you ended up coming to my house.
Yep. I remember
sitting in the backyard.
You didn't accept my invitation to dinner. I asked you if you wanted to go out and grab a bite.
I don't know what I was doing. I don't know. I'm going to edit that part out. No, I'm kidding. But so we basically had a conversation about you wanted to take your Swift Edge to the next level.
Right.
And we talked about all the things that we could do or you could do.
Right.
And I think you left there pretty excited about
definitely
the information and what you could do. And then for whatever reason, I didn't hear from you again for a while.
Yeah, I went into my cave and got to work, as they say, back to the lab. And so I will say something about that. You did share a lot of information with me that day, and I've been watching you since, all the information you're continuing to put out there. And I will say something to the viewers. Even though I didn't start applying all these marketing techniques and ideas right away, knowing those things has really helped me in my journey as a business owner, because I see things differently, understand things differently, and therefore I do things differently and gather data differently. Mm-hmm. So there's my 2 cents on that.
Yeah, no, I mean, working for Steve and Pete, I learned how to do all that.
Yep.
Because, Pete wanted this and Steve wanted that. And
perfect duo.
I was in the middle. I was like a sandwich for 5 years. But so tell everybody about your business. What does Swift Edge Landscaping do?
We cater to the real estate community, as I said. Our main focus is maintenance. That is our main focus. And from there, we've branched out to do landscaping as well. So we do small installs, nothing crazy, just getting properties looking decent for listing, whether it's for lease or for sale. We also do irrigation and tree service. So we cover all four. Go ahead.
You said maintenance. What does that mean?
Landscape maintenance. That's pretty much everything. We maintain the grass. We maintain your flower beds. We maintain your irrigation system. We maintain your trees. Pretty much everything landscape maintenance we're able to handle for you.
I was like, maintenance. Are you going to come fix my roof?
Just the word that's stuck in my head already. That's what it is. But yeah, it's landscape maintenance, just overall landscape maintenance.
Okay. And how long have you had this company?
We established back in 2015, but I've been mowing lawns since I was in 5th grade.
The one lawns was he's bragging. Look at it. This ain't nothing but a thing. I've been mowing yards since
I've been mowing lawns since I was in 5th grade. No, I've been bouncing around also. I've also been an insurance agent. I actually got my real estate license so I can understand the real estate community better. I'm not active right now, nor do I practice, but it's a license that I felt I needed to get. But yeah, I've been doing it for almost 9 years now.
My first job ever making cash money was I had a push lawnmower. Yeah. The smaller ones.
Yep.
That I had 2 belts. I had a belt around my waist. I had another belt that I tied around the handle of the lawnmower.
All right.
And there was a gas can sitting on top of it that I had affixed to the lawnmower, and a gas weed eater that I had also, and the belt. So I would just walk up and down the street pulling the lawnmower. And when I got to a house I wanted to knock on, I just detached the belt from it and sat it there, and I walked to the front door and knocked on it. When I was 14 years old, I was mowing 9 yards a week.
Whoa.
I was banking.
That's good money. Yep.
For a 14-year-old kid, not $200 a month a week. I was rich.
Well, as a 5th, 6th grader, you can imagine. Yeah, I was only mowing, 4 or 5 lawns, but at $7 a pop at the trailer park that I used to live at. And then I started venturing out of the trailer park and knocking on doors on these residential homes, and those were like $30 a pop. And at that time, doing just 2 of those a week, I felt like I was wealthy at that time.
That was plenty of money.
Oh yeah, when gas was just 97 cents, 98 cents to fill up my little tank.
A CD or not even a CD, a cassette for $7.99.
Yeah, cassette. There you go.
But it's a lot of people's first job, first experience with work and managing a business and managing money and things like that. So. Why did you start going after agents as a target market? I mean, you could be mowing the landscaping or fixing the landscaping for companies and buildings, and why agents? Yeah,
so I guess what kind of led me to this industry is my background in property management. I don't know if you knew that about me, but I did that for about 4 years. Yeah, so I worked with a small property management firm. They had about 450 units. And I worked with them for almost 4 years. And
where was it at?
It was in Spring Branch.
Oh, so it was here in Houston.
Yeah, I was in Houston.
What years were you in property management?
Oh, man. So it was 2015. So it was 14, 13, 12, and 11.
So you got out of the industry right when about the same time I got in.
Whoa, all right.
Because they hired me in June of 2014.
There you go. So I got out, I think it was March of 2015 when I finally decided to part ways.
Wow. So about a year after they hired me.
Yeah.
Huh. And is that company still around?
Oh, yeah. They're still around.
Why did you decide to leave?
It goes back to you asking me how long I've been doing this, right? In 5th grade, I started mowing lawns because that's how long I've been wanting to own my own business. I didn't expect me to be in landscaping, to be completely honest with you. All I knew when I was a kid was I want to own my own business. I want to be an entrepreneur, and so after my experience in property management for almost 4 years, I noticed we need some decent vendors out there. We don't have good contractors out there, and so I found a need in the market, and I decided to go in and try to fix some things.
Well, that's it. That sounds like the entrepreneurs of my cast from last week, Mid-EC Moving, the two guys from Mid-EC Moving.
Oh, I remember them, yeah.
Yeah, they started the moving company because they didn't like the way that the moving company
It's
they
usually
were
how
working
it goes. It's usually how it
running
goes.
this business. So they said, I can do this better. And
Yep.
They quit, started their own company.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. So where are you willing to go? Where do you operate?
Yeah, so because we work with property management companies, we pretty much have to cover all 4 corners. And so we do. We go all the way up to Conroe, as far out as New Plantation out in Katy, way down to Nassau Parkway. I think we've even gone down to Galveston a couple of times, and out to Baytown. So all 4 corners of Houston we cover.
But you don't live in Houston.
I used to. I was born and raised in Houston. I know Kevin keeps saying I'm not a Houstonian, but I am a Houstonian. I was living here my entire life. My wife actually got a great job opportunity last year, and so we made the commute out to Austin. It was not an easy decision. It was not an easy first year, but we pushed through. I think it was a great move. My company has grown significantly since I left, believe it or not. Looks like I was the bottleneck in the business.
Do you have crews that work in both cities?
No, we're just in Houston, doing nothing in Austin.
You just operate in Houston.
That's right.
So what do you do all day when you're in Austin?
I run my business, Kevin. I manage everything. We have a few teams here in Houston, and like I told you, we do different areas of landscape. It's not just mowing lawns, right?
No, I understand that. Yeah, because you guys I hired you twice.
Yep.
You did 2 things for me. So, and then the drought of the century hit, and
it was serious. We were out there watering lawns on these visits instead of mowing them. So that's something that you don't normally see landscapers doing.
Because they weren't growing. Yeah.
They weren't.
So what kind of advice could you give homeowners for the upcoming winter season that we're fixing to get into?
Yeah, so definitely check out my YouTube page. I have a couple of videos on that. One on winterization, another one on a backflow insulation. Definitely look after your sprinkler system, especially those outside valves that are above ground with a little metal bell on top. Make sure you insulate those properly, shut the water off, bleed the water out of those. Make sure you cover all your exterior faucets. And also any exterior exposed water lines.
What are you supposed to, because I've had different people tell me different things, and I've been fortunate enough to, through every freeze that we've ever had, including the freeze of 2000, what was it, 21 or 17 or something like
21,
that?
yeah.
21. I never had any issues, but when you cover your pipes, when you wrap your pipes, what is the best materials to use?
Man, that's a good question. I've always just used styrofoam. Never really used anything different. I've tried the bags. Go ahead.
When you put styrofoam on there, then do you tape them up?
Right, yeah. You want to make sure you get a real good, it's nice and insulated. You don't want any wind. And that's really what causes the issues is that wind chill. Yeah, it's not really that it's cold outside. It's that wind chill, and that's why you'll see that sometimes you'll winterize a backflow, for example, for an irrigation system, and you'll have that backflow in a position where it's getting all the wind from the north. And so compared to a backflow that doesn't have that kind of wind chill hitting it, that backflow will probably burst. And it's mainly because water still sits in that valve down there. Unless you have a valve underground that you can drain it from, no matter what you do from those beater valves on that backflow, you're still going to have water sitting on that lower valve that you normally shut off.
Right.
And so it's that wind chill that's really the enemy here.
No one's ever told me that. Yeah, I was always wrapped my pipes with styrofoam and then taped them up real good. I even one time wrapped it with a towel first, then put the insulation around it, and then the tape.
I've seen that. I don't know how much of a gain you get from it, to be honest.
I just don't want to be repairing frozen pipes.
I get it.
I
get it. Better safe.
Tape, towel, styrofoam, plastic, rubber, foam, whatever. I'm gonna put it all on there. But and then you can buy at the hardware store these little styrofoam.
The caps,
The caps that go over.
Yep.
Is that sufficient enough? Just all you need is the cap.
Yeah. For your exterior faucets, that should be all you need.
Yep.
Yep. Again, the issue is the wind chill, right? So that'll block all that for you.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
What is it about Swift Edge Landscaping that you'd like everybody to know if they need landscaping services?
Well, other than the fact that we're not your typical mow and blow kind of guys, when we're out there, we actually pay attention to quality and detail. Outside of that, we don't need to be micromanaged. That was the biggest issue I had as a property manager. That was the biggest issue all of our real estate agents had. They felt like they had to visit the property themselves. They had to build a checklist for us, basically build a report on what needed to be done to clean up that landscape. We're not that company. Our team is trained on a 10-point checklist. They know exactly what needs to be done on that initial visit and exactly what needs to be done each and every visit after that. And so agents don't have to tell us, hey, can you please trim the bushes? Could you please clean those flower beds? We already know those things need to get done to get that property looking presentable. And so that's what really sets us aside, is we're not the landscape company that you have to micromanage. We're actually part of your team.
Yeah. Well, I will say this. The first time you came out, I wanted you to do X, and you advised me that I'll do that, but this might happen, or this is a possibility. And so I went the route of, I'll worry about that later, and then I had to worry about it later. So yeah, but he's honest. He'll tell you exactly what's going to happen and what to expect and what you need, and you're honest, and you do a good job.
Try our best.
And you also show up when you say you're going to be there.
Do our best.
Because I forgot they were coming out the second time. I came home with my girlfriend, and there's a bunch of people in my front yard digging it up. I'm like, oh, yeah, honey, I forgot to tell you. Landscapers are coming by today to tear up your lawn or your flower bed. And she was not happy. But so tell everybody, are you on social media? You have a website?
We do have a website, swiftedgellc.com or swiftedgelandscaping.com. They will direct you to the same website. Our email is office@swiftedgellc.com, and you can reach us at 713-705-8166.
Let's talk just for a couple minutes about how you grow your business. You said your business is grown substantially. What kind of marketing activities do you to generate leads?
Kevin, since the beginning of my business, I have been focusing on building long-term relationships. That has been my angle from the very get-go, and that's what has brought us to this level that we're currently at with Swift Edge, is those relationships that I've been able to build through these almost 9 years now, a lot of referral basis, and just building that reputation.
All right, how do you get, if you build these relationships, but you got to meet these people for the first time.
Right.
Well, how do you meet them?
I've tried BNI, I've tried NARPM, I've tried several different organizations. I've been part of different organizations, and I've got to say NARPM is a great community that I happen to land at, thanks to Pete, again.
Mr. Newbig.
Mr. Newbig. And so just becoming a part of an organization that aligns with your values, aligns with the direction that you're trying to go with your business, that's what I was looking for. And I think I found that with NARPM, and that's the community relationships that has really allowed me to get to this level. So
NARPM, the National Association of Property Managers.
National Association of Residential Property Managers.
Yep. It's been a while since I've been in the industry. Is that the majority of your business, working with property management companies?
Yes, it is the majority of my business. And through these property management companies, we also get the real estate agents. When they have clients, they also reach out to us to get properties ready for the market. So the other thing that you do is work with real estate agents. Right.
All right. And then how do you market to real estate agents?
We don't necessarily. Again, this
should
is all through
start.
mutual relationships, like you, for example,
Yeah.
and also mutual relationships with these property managers that manage all these properties, and they have agents, they have clients who need assistance with landscape. Everyone needs a landscaper, right?
What are some of the things that you would like to start implementing in next year, marketing wise? Have you thought about it?
Yeah, I have. I'd really like to get some more content online. That's
Okay.
been my big.
But you're on social media already, right?
I am. We're on Facebook. You can find a few things. We have a few YouTube videos, as I just said, but it's not something consistent to where it's going to build some type of rating with Google or anything like that.
Well, then you need to start doing that.
Yes,
So
sir.
your company will climb the rankings of Google.
That's what we're working on. That's 2024 go.
So let's get a meeting on the calendar so either me or Curtis can show you how to do it, because he
That'll
seemed
work.
like he was the expert as well already. So
That'll work.
awesome. Well, thanks for being on the podcast. I really appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me, man.
You did come all the way from Austin, so I appreciate it.
Always.
Thank you much. Give everybody your phone number one more time.
Yeah. Phone number 713-705-8166. And I'm Sebastian with Swift Edge.
Awesome. So again, guys, if you need a good real estate agent, Curtis Jones with the Jones Group, him and his wife can help you out, or Sebastian for landscaping. Both these guys do a great job, and they wouldn't be on the podcast if they didn't. So give them a call. My name is Kevin Davidson. I am your host for Kevin's Corner of Real Estate from a marketing perspective. This is episode number 31. And like I said in the beginning, if you'd like to be a guest on the podcast and you're an agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Bend County area, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com. And again, I have to thank Jennifer Smitis, the Area Vice President, Caitlin Kornick, Devin escrow officers here in Sugar Land, Winnie Santana, and Adriana Alzate in the Richmond office. You guys out there, your agents watching this podcast, if you don't have a title company that you love, or looking for a second or third option, we would love to help you. Until next week, you guys have a great weekend. Talk to you soon.